here as well, sort of both of these teams rocketing up through the LSPL. Xiaogu, they're sitting in first position equal with EDG, so you know that it can happen out of these LSPL teams. Of course, you know, the season before it was Snake doing a very similar job, managing to end up in, I believe it was about third position heading towards those playoffs. So look, we'll see whether UP can manage to get a late surge. Victor going to be banned away one more time. RNG removing that one from Punish. Thresh going to be the next answer, and RNG going to take away the Ezreal.
Jahu, I guess, not wanting to play that or not wanting to see it because he has another idea in mind for their team comp or another priority for their first pick, perhaps looking at the jungle, maybe even looking at the...
I find it really strange.
It is.
They banned it away.
I guess it could force another ban. Keep in mind, Sivir, Kalista, both possibilities for their first pick. I guess there's a lot of reasons as to why you could ban it. More so the fact that they just don't want to play it themselves, and you never want to give it up. We saw what Punish did with it last
year. Oh, yeah. And they might just look to try and lock down the Jace pick one more time. Of course, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Jahu definitely played a great Jace that game. So UP looking for their final ban. Kalista, Thresh already banned away, and now they have one more option to go with. Ryze banned on the blue side once more. So RNG don't necessarily want to take sort of these considered incredibly strong picks at the moment.
Yeah, there's still a lot of strong picks up though. The Echo being banned, one of the points of contention between both of these junglers, now taken off the board in its entirety, leaves open the Fizz perhaps. There's also the Sivir, the Alistar. There's a lot of options still available. But it seems to me as though we're moving towards 5.12 into 5.13 in the patches, and this champion is becoming a big issue.
Yeah, Shen able to get around the map, really become a huge tank. Didn't work out for RNG last time around, but it wasn't on the back of Let Me as to why they lost.
No, not at all. But in saying that, you have a look at their opposition, and there was a big impact from their top laner.
Yeah, and Lung's just going to lock that one in right away. The Nautilus one more time. Of course, Hart, he's a great hook player. Of course, able to play the Nautilus if they want to put him on that one. So nice flex pick there from the top laner of Unlimited Potential. MLXG considering going back to the Evelyn one more time.
Yeah, he's definitely considering that, but you're right, the pick from this Unlimited Potential side, the Nautilus has the flex potential, top or support, depending on what Hart wants. It does leave open the Alistar on the flip side here, though, so an interesting drafting choice for them. Nautilus taking priority, but Gragas also taking priority over the Rex side this time. Evelyn could be a smarter decision, perhaps, if they do opt into that one again. There's no Tremor Sense to spot them.
Well, he's going to be locked in here, and it is going to be Wushin taking his Vayne into Sketch, so taking it away from him this time around. Sketch looking at a Graves in response. We'll see what UP decide to do, whether they're going to leave Punish pick till last, whether it's going to be something else. They've got a whole lot of different options, just considering the flexibility that they now have.
If they go for the Lucian, will they go for the Janna Lucian, insta-lock it, and just take on that Vayne with raw aggression in the 1v1 style of play? It's very possible.
Well, it is looking to be a Janna here, locked away here for Hart. So back into a very comfort champion here. Of course, even goes back to when he was playing for Samsung Blue. Hart more than happy to grab that one. And it is going to be Tristana by the looks of things as far as that AD carry.
That's an interesting decision. Definitely is weird. They may, I guess, because of that, be looking towards a lane swap as a possibility. The Tristana and the Janna excel at taking down turrets because you can put a shield on a Trist and the explosive shot scales with AD. Need I say more? They can take them down very quickly, but again, it's an interesting decision to put the Tristana with the Janna. Almost telegraphs the potential strategy of super aggression, but also a very weak laning phase. But then you're against the Vayne, so that laning phase is kind of strong.
Yeah, well, RNG considering some interesting options here. Of course, Yahoo locking away the Jace is no surprise at all, but Lei is thinking about a Lulu support.
Yeah. He's not just thinking.
Yeah, that's going to be locked away. Thoughts, musings, Rusty?
I just want to double check if it is still the Lulu support or if they're going to go top lane Lulu. Yeah. I wouldn't write it off as a possibility, but the Lulu support, I guess, most likely in this team comp, it's a bit weird. Like, it's a lot weird, really. They don't have a full support, like a dedicated support option now. They've got two pseudo support, pseudo damage options. The Shen has the shield. The Lulu very shield and ultimate inclined, but direct support non-comparable to that of a Janna.
Yep.
But has a lot of lane pressure and lane presence. And the cool thing about Lulu, if you throw back to the 4v0 meta that we did see last year, is if there's lane swaps involved, Lulu's one of the best turret takers in the world.
Yeah, that's a good point. of course, getting some extra range there that you wouldn't normally have.
It's the wave clear at level 1 as well, so you can just hard push or control the waves very well.
Well, it does look like Lei's going to be taking that Lulu towards the bottom side. Whimsy on a Vayne, very, very strong. Of course, you do have the Night Hunter. You can sort of catch up relatively quickly as a Vayne in general, but with Whimsy, you're even faster.
Yeah, I mean, you have a look at the flip side here, the unlimited potential lineup, and it says to me that they are trying to lane swap. It almost is a completely telegraphed strategy by picking the Twisted Fate. You've got turret-taking machines, and then it unlocks the Twisted Fate ultimates to be in positions where they can't default back to a turret and hide behind it because there isn't one available.
Well, we are going to have exactly the same top lane matchup again. Let me going to be taking the Shen into the Nautilus here of Lung. We'll see whether Lung can have another fantastic performance here. MLXG able to skirt out of the way of the Tremor Sense as Amy's going to now pick up the Gragas. A little bit more of a similar flavor there for the jungler on the side of UP. And Xiaohu this time taking the Jace into the Twisted Fate. And Wushin is going to be Vayne into the Tristana.
Yeah, the direct 1v1 not really worth noting as we move to the supports, the Lulu and the Janna. Those are the big factors in this bottom lane right now. If the Janna can time those shields with Trist, then it's a very difficult lane for RNG. But if RNG can make it work, if the Vayne and Lulu can actually put down the damage, then it's a very volatile bot lane in a 2v2.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it works as we hop onto the Rift. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, RNG versus UP, Game 2 for our first matchup of the evening. UP looking to try and grab 3 points from this one, and RNG looking to try and tie it up. Grab themselves at least one on their way out today.
Nice to see a change in strategy, and they're not going to walk into each other at level 1 and have a completely barbaric fight where chaos would ensue. But in saying that, there's still groups, still looking to make things happen. I guess the big question, it's something that I've posed a couple times now during that champion select, is unlimited potential going to lane swap? Are they going to put that into effect knowing that a Vayne Lulu is actually not bad at 2v1ing themselves?
Yeah, it's a good point. Looks like both teams waiting for each other at the moment. 5 members strong, unable to get too much vision down, but you can see on the bottom side of the map, both teams pretty well aware of what's coming towards them.
Late invading the blue buff here, RNG. They're waiting in a very weird bush.
They are. And MLXG, he can scout ahead if he wants to. But he decides he doesn't really feel like it. Anyone could be waiting in that brush around the side. Long going to replace
they're going.
the ward from
the pings are
before. That's a green ward, though.
Yeah, it's not going to spot him. It's going to spot these guys, though. The late invade.
Late invade indeed. Mid laners are going to find each other here in the mid. Ward's going to go down. UP, 4 members strong. Nice knock up on MLXG. Already taken half of his health here. 3-man Shadow Dash from Let Me once again as the blue buff is trying to help out.
What is happening?
Oh, punish with the red card. That's a lot of damage onto 3 members here. There's the flash body slam. Lei's going to fall down. Tristana once again grabbing a very early kill as MLXG. He's going to get caught. It's a 2-for-0 in favor of UP. RNG tried to start that one up. Xiaohu's just like, okay, you guys fight. I'm just going to go try and get something here in the mid lane as you guys be silly.
And it just felt completely predicted as well. Unlimited potential, stayed grouped. They stayed back behind the base neutral vision areas where people do like to put down the wards, and they waited to start the jungle up. They didn't even start it because their vision was in the right areas to spot the rest of this RNG side coming in to deal with the blue buff to push them away. They come out ahead with 2 kills, in fact, for their troubles. Tristana started rocket jump, but is going to be level 2 already. This side of unlimited potential have got themselves a big advantage, like beyond big.
Yeah, this is a 2v1ing Tristana as well, who's just taking no damage from these glitter lances.
Not even worried.
No, not scared at all. She's a pirate. So, be fine. Explosive shot doing a bit of work. See how it explodes. Whoosh decides he wants to try and share the damage. Doesn't manage to.
Unfortunate, really. He was trying his best to get the damage down. But Heart's now back as well, and you look at where both of the kills went for unlimited potential. It is this bot lane. 1 kill apiece between the support and the AD carry. And that's a very, very scary predicament to find yourself in as a Vayne and a Lulu, as Swoosh just decides he really likes explosive shots.
Yeah, wants to get on top of it. Scatch taking a little bit of damage here, but he's not worried at all. Level 3 to the level 2 of the RNG bottom lane. Heart finally making it to level 2. He's going to be able to offer some Eye of the Storms to Scatch now. this lane is just going to be horrendous.
Yeah, horrendous is definitely one way of putting it, that's for sure. But keep in mind, no summoner spells available from the Janna, so there's no ignite there. Yep. They can still catch the Janna out because she doesn't have the flash, but then there's also no ignite from Lei and no summoners from Woosh. So it's going to be a very passive-aggressive style of lane. You've got Sketch pushing the advantage of raw levels, but not really a kill threat.
And Jahoo actually just completely in control as MLXG is going to be able to take himself down a Rift Scuttler.
Down a level though.
Yeah, level 2. Lemmy gets the Shadow Dash off though. MLXG trying to secure the kill under Amy. Red buff is still ticking down. Lung being a menace. MLXG flashes forward. Nice use of the barrel, but Amy's getting hate spiked to death. It's going to be close here, but he's drinking
Jace.
stuff, so he's going to be okay. Oh, Shock Blast, he's looking for it.
It.
Lung trying to body block. And Scat's going to take down Lei there. There's the reset on the rocket jump as well, as Silver Bolts are available. Oh, no, not able to get off the auto attack, and Scat, he's not going to die.
I actually think he got the auto off, but he got held back from the kill, and the minions stopped hitting him. So very well played here from Unlimited Potential's bot lane. A 2 for 0 in a 2v2 lane. This is getting very scary right now for this RNG side to deal with. The early aggression being punished, but speaking of, the Jace is in such control in this mid lane, he was able to rotate top, but because he didn't find anything, TF's back in the lane.
Yeah, only 4 CS behind now as well. It is going to be a tier picked up by the Jace, has just gone back. Grab that item, so no extra damage stats. It's only going to be mana translatable from this one. Punish just throwing out wildcards. He's ahead now.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind the TF passive, so every time he's slightly ahead, he's slightly more ahead than you would actually think. So actually quite happy in this mid lane. It's not really a lane that a Twisted Fate should ever dream of being ahead in at all. So you have to be very happy with this result so far.
Yeah. Well, Woosh and Lei still trying to hold this wave, but it is going to be pushing towards UP. Plays into the hands of this Tristana quite nicely. As Jahoo's going very aggressive under punish now as well. There's the speed up.
That was a very aggressive combo. He is so confident in this lane right now, even with just the tier, using all of his spell rotations to make sure the trades are positive. Trying to keep punish down. Only has mobility-based summoner spells also, so actually in a very content position is the Jace. But this bot lane is so far from happy.
Yeah, explosive shot on top of Woosh as well, takes so much damage. He's going to be a Blade of the Ruin King Scatch as well, so this Tristana. I'm going to grab some attack speed first up, not going for that Infinity Edge, which is an option oftentimes.
It's not too bad because you've got the Janna with you also, so you've got an AD, little bit of a buffer there from the Eye of the Storm. Then you've got some attack speed, some on-hit damage from the Blade, and then you've got the active for utility, so it's going to work out very well with having the Janna and the support, allowing them to be as aggressive as they are as well. Just puts the shield down for no reason, just to bully them out.
Yeah, well, it is definitely going to work. Woosh is just getting zoned away from so much farm. Skash just sitting so far ahead in this lane.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, Amy grabbing some help here for the jungler. Jahoo looking to try and find his way down. So UP, a lot of their power now on the bottom side of the map, and it looks like MLXG and team have decided that this is where the focus wants to be. MLXG making his way around. There's the Stand United on top of the Evelyn as he's trying to make his way in. There goes Lemmy. Shadow Dash is going to be on top of Sketch. He's going to fall down as the Tristana gets shot down. Destiny in here as well as they're looking for MLXG. There's the gold card on delay. Wildcards finishes it up. And Depth Charge on top of MLXG actually knocks up Lemmy at the same time, but RNG safely under their turret. In the end, it is going to be a 1-for-1 though.
1-for-1, but Sketch does go down, which is going to be very handy considering it was a 3-kill spree as well. So a bit of extra gold here. Unfortunately going on to Let Me, to say the least, but a Shen can definitely carry a game if he gets going. So it's nice to actually get some favor back, some control back in, because Sketch went down. Woosh can just sit in this bot lane and get some farm, something that he was sorely missing for the past 2 minutes of this laning phase. So all in all, it's still a good end result here for RNG.
Yeah, of course, Woosh only about 10 CS behind here as well, so able to pick up a few more creeps as Sketch makes his way back towards the lane.
Now he may actually just freeze the lane here for as long as possible. Tristana as well. Woosh, having not recalled, will want to do so.
Well, Woosh now looking to head back to base. We'll see exactly what happens as far as UP's reaction. They will know that this Vayne probably wants to go back and grab some items. Just grabs himself a Bilgewater Cutlass, heads on back to lane. So recurve bow behind as far as this build is concerned. And Sketch, it's very difficult for a Tristana to freeze, especially once you've taken.
Yeah, it's impossible, but you do it as long as you can. You only last hit when they're at as little health as possible to help you out a bit.
Yeah.
Try and find a CS advantage. Never really able of freezing, ever. So, still, it's a CS advantage, it's an experience advantage, and it's definitely an item advantage, as they've just been handily winning this lane.
Yeah, and speaking of handily winning lanes, Xiaohu almost 20 CS in the lead over Punished. Punished now 1-0-2 though, so the Jace probably not with that much of a gold lead.
No, he wouldn't be near a gold lead at all, really. The CS advantage is going to be nice, but because he's had no kill participations, he's just sitting mid trying to scale himself up to become that big overbearing beast of a mid-game carry. In saying that, the Twisted Fate has the blue buff, he can wave clear, does not have a sheen yet, so his ganks still aren't that impactful. He'll most likely need Amy to be wherever he does go. But the ultimate is up pretty soon. Amy's working topside near red buff. They may just go for a top turret, perhaps?
Yeah, potentially just group up, try and take down Letme, who's pretty strong. He does have, of course, the Null Magic Mantle, a cheeky Ruby Crystal, and of course the Barmy Cinder there, just to give him some effective tanky stats. And the Wave Clip from the Cinder. Pretty handy as well. But UP now with 2,000 gold in their lead at 10 minutes into this game. Dragon hasn't been considered by either side just yet. We'll see who decides to draw first blood on that one. Sketch just doing so much damage to this turret. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that turret's going to go down sooner or later. It's up to them as to when they want to take it, really. They're in such control. Xiaohu's actually pushing to leave now to go somewhere else or to get an item. Oh, blue buff.
Yeah, trying to pick that one up. And she's starting that one up for him as well. So, well, actually has a lot of control here in this lane.
Yep.
Line actually landed as well.
He has a whole lot of control in this lane right now, and again, it's the early strength of the Nautilus. Shen eventually starts to reign supreme, but that's a nice bait.
Yeah, Destiny coming down as well. They look for the depth charge. There's the explosive cast because MLXG's going to tank up a little bit as well, but Destiny wasn't used. I believe that was Xiaohu cancelling it. Punish was trying to get away. And now RNG with a lot of pressure here in the mid turret.
Xiaohu putting in work for his team right now. He doesn't need to leave the mid lane to have an impact.
Oh, MLXG, there's a Stand United on top of him. Monsoon doesn't get rid of the Evelyn, and Lemmy's going to easily lock down the kill onto Nautilus. So Shen, 2-0 now.
Yeah, ramping up. This Shen's becoming really big. Once that Manamune's completed for Jace, they're going to have the front line that they are definitely looking for. Okay.
Going to befriend the damage of that to the skies there from Xiaohu. Doesn't find the barrel though.
I'll take that one though.
Yeah, Shock Blast.
Level 9. Xiaohu. His opponent in lane, level 7 right now. So this Jace has blue buff, has an experience advantage. And as Jace, that's certainly something that you look for because your damage is really high with levels and items.
Yeah, your level spike's different as well, considering now Jace sort of not going to be scaling so much. Yeah, this is the accelerated.
Yeah, you have 6 levels, so definitely accelerates your damage a little bit more. And most importantly is the fact that you can put multiple levels into your W as well as just the Q, because you don't have to level the ultimate, which is wonderful.
Yeah, so I was just wondering, does that change sort of the power spikes in terms of levels for Jace when we moved away from leveling up the ultimate?
Well, it's really good around the level 8 power spike because you have 3 levels into the W opposed to 2, which is nice. You get a lot of extra AoE in your hammer form and attack speed. The damage output by about 20% in your ranged form as well in the cannon. So it does increase your power spikes around relevant levels, and we've seen that used to great effect already because he is so far ahead in lane.
Yeah, he's definitely making things work here. Almost a 40 CS advantage now as well, making his way towards this Dragon. Amy down to about half health here, but the Dragon going very, very low. Shen just waiting to teleport in. MLXG finds his way in there, but he's going to get taken down very, very quickly. There's the heal from Woosh, who's popped final hour. Sketch needs to be careful here as Dragon did fall down, but it was stolen away from Xiaohu of all people. There's the dredge line as Letme's going to get knocked up. Xiaohu gets caught out by that one as well as Letme's going to flash away. Acceleration Gate is trying to help the Shen. Last auto attack from Sketch as he gets the reset is going to be enough. So many low health buzzes. There's the gold card. Punish locks down the kill, and UP They just teamfight so well.
They've just got a big Tristana right now. The Twisted Fate doesn't even really need to do anything but press gold cards. Nautilus is the exact same in that respect. They're working around the strength of Sketch and how far ahead he really is. As Heart's just being annoying right now. The rest of this unlimited potential side, as I said, working around the Tristana. The Gragas is the same. Janna always going to be doing her job. All they need to do is make sure the rest of them can start snowballing. The Twisted Fate being 2-0 and 2 though from these fights, where the Tristana is getting kills, is a big factor. He's getting all of the gold that he could possibly want to maintain strength in this game, even though the Jace has been winning lane so hard.
Yeah, even though the matchup is just sort of awful for him to deal with. Lei hanging around this bottom side of the map, probably wants to grab some experience, but you can see Whoosh now as well, getting some very needed farm.
Yeah, you have to question the Lulu support option also. What does it really provide for a laning phase, especially when you are behind, is less than nothing almost. It's very little what you can actually do for a lane. You put it with a Vayne also, so you're very single target focused and trying to keep one person alive. But when that person is losing lane because you are a Lulu Vayne matchup into a Tristana, it doesn't really work in your favor.
Well, MLXG was looking for Heart. Monsoon was used in order to get the Evelyn out of the way. Sketch just exploding Raptors.
He's massive. He's working, I think, towards a static shiv at this stage. We'll see what the next item actually is. But if that is the case, he's going full attack speed on hit style of damage with a Janna to boot. So the shield should always be going on him.
Well, Destiny's going to be used here as they were looking for Zhao, who Punish is going to be able to Destiny his way out of this one. Gets behind him, knocked out of it though, as Zhao who grabs it with the Shock Blast. Very interesting play, as Sketch is going to get discovered by RNG as we catch up to the game. He's not going to fall down just yet though, of course Rocket Jump was available. Sketch managed to get out, holding on to both of his summoners.
Yeah, jumped his way out of that one. And the bot lane, you have to question Punish's positioning. To say the least. Zhao just getting a Shen ultimate to ensure that he was going to die. And yes, we did just see his body lying on the floor. That is where he was out of position.
Being located, thank goodness. Zhao going to be able to clear out some vision here as well. That W pretty handy in cannon form in order to get rid of wards.
The big issue is that he used his ultimate to try and escape, and there was no way he was going to escape. So now he can't use that to get back to any situation. The rest of Unlimited Potential sitting in a bush, not really finding an opportunity to engage, but even if they did, they were down a member. So it's difficult, to say the least, in the way that Punished is playing and Zhao is forcing him to play.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. See how it works out as we move forward here. This tower very, very low on the side of RNG, but Lemmy's going to be able to defend it for now as the waves equalize as well. Blue buff available for RNG. We'll see whether Zhao is going to pick that one up relatively soon, but he is on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, he's most likely working towards Lucidity boots or that last wisp, but I think he'd go for the boots first because he wants to accelerate his strength and make sure that he can bridge the rest of his team. MLXG has the Runeglaive available, not having the best of times though, kind of struggling a bit. Let Me is the big factor. Between Let Me on this Shen and then Jace with Zhao, they can pretty much win any fight in a mid-game stage. It'll come down to execution, a lot of it though. There's a poke and a front line at the very least. If they can bridge Vayne to hit that late game beast stage, then they're going to be very happy here, RNG. But it's going to be really difficult to do when the Tristana is 4-1 and 3 working towards a static shiv as well.
Yeah, and I like the sort of late game Vayne insurance that they have as well on the side of RNG. Whoosh, pretty practiced Vayne player, likes to play it all the time, no matter what the matchup is. So he's more than happy to grab that one. Zhao actually going to find the Destinying Punish.
Deja vu almost.
Yeah, lost in the gold card, but it means no Destiny is going to be available here as far as getting the TF in towards this top side. Now going to be able to clear out these minions as well. Let me just wants to explode some on his own. See whether this turret is going to live to survive another day. They're going to trade. Outer turret falls on the bottom side of the map in the meantime.
Yeah, you
UP.
can.
A lot of pressure.
I guess the playstyle of the Jace is one way to note. You can tell they're looking to just exclusively trade and not try and fight for that top turret. It goes down, but that's because they are willing to give that up to make the trade for the adder in the bot lane. Twisted Fate feeling a little bit less comfortable than he otherwise was, considering Zhao is just sitting directly next to him at every possible opportunity.
Well, Jace now looking for the acceleration onto MLXG as well. Doesn't find any shock blast though, and UP just going to back away, taking the turret that they wanted to, and they're going to move on.
It's certainly really interesting that they have put the Shen into the team fights and they're not having Jace there. They're instead putting Xiaohu bot lane to deal with Punished on the split push. And that says to me that they're trying to kill the Twisted Fate, not just deal with the Twisted Fate. They don't want to unlock his potential to ult somewhere and just match it with the Shen. They want to use the Shen in the team fights, have the big front line. He's the one with 2 of their kills as well. Keep that in mind. And he can very easily deal with the Twisted Fate, but they want him there for the taunts. They want to push this Twisted Fate out of any position to get himself back in the game with split push farms. They want to keep denying him, take him down as much as possible, and just make the Jace a beast so that he can win rotations.
We'll see whether RNG continue to use this one. Of course, not having Jace sort of able to maneuver around the map very quickly is definitely a hindrance. We're going to discover that Shen, being the ninja that he is, manages to escape in the brush. Not bad. Wonder where he went. He's be hanging out on the ceiling. Not going to happen this time around. 4 members strong in the mid lane as Jace is going to go back to base. So Xiaohu does manage to grab the last wisp. We'll see whether he's got enough Lucidity boots. Doesn't just yet. He's going to return to the lane. And Jace, pretty strong at the moment.
Yeah, Jace very strong. The big factor of this side is always going to be the Jace in team fights. If he can put down damage before a fight starts, then they're going to be very happy pretty much from this RNG side. It's very reliant on him hitting the damage though, because if he doesn't connect that damage, Unlimited Potential could run away with it. They've got the engage, they've got the counter engage as well to make things work for them. It's going to be difficult to get onto RNG though, if you look at Unlimited Potential. It needs to be a Nautilus hook.
Lin has been landing all the ones that he needs to. Lane making his way around as well. More warding being put down. UP grab one over the wall. Pinged down there by RNG. They'll look to try and clear that as quickly as possible. But RNG, interestingly enough, sort of 2 of their farming members here in the mid lane sharing that farm. Probably not ideal for this team.
Not ideal, but it was a short period of time. So Jace just got back. The Dragon is available though, so they're both gravitating around the area that is required of them. If they put Vayne in another lane, would not have been close enough to deal with this, as Hart unluckily sleeps and just misses the wall.
A little bit sad there. Limited Trace running his way towards the minions. Just really wants to take them down. Titan's Wrath going to wear off, so we're not going to have too much damage there in that lane. But he's already completed the Frozen Heart. Righteous Glory as well is in the back pocket. Spirit Visage Paletny is going to be the response, so Vorpal Blade definitely healing for a relevant amount.
They've done well, RNG, to stop the threat of this Unlimited Potential snowball, to completely prevent it from carrying away the game. The bot lane winning 2v2s, but now they're the ones seemingly in control, able to take down that dragon.
Yes, so much damage out of this RNG squad. That dragon did not last very long at all. Of course, Vayne with the Blade of the Ruined King. Oh, Destiny here towards the top side of the map as Let Me tries to Shadow Dash his way out of there, but Righteous Glory is going to slow him down, and the Shen, it's going to take a while to kill him. But he may eventually fall down. There's the gold card. Let Me Shadow dashes his way towards Hart, who tries to steal the kill, but Punish is going to lock it down.
Tried his best, but of course the response, the attempt to make a trade is very evident from this RNG side pushing mid.
The teleport, no depth charge available here from Long, but he's still a huge beast. There's the Wild Growth on MLXG, looking to try and get the hate spikes in, but Whoosh, he's way off on the wrong side, uses the tumble. But he's going to fall down. Lay now taking so much damage. Punish forces the flash out of him. There are the wild cards. Not going to find anyone there as Acceleration Gate gets RNG to safety. But RNG seem to do this. They get, you know, a couple of kills or a dragon or something. Something goes well. And then UP just turn it all around and grab something even better.
Yeah, so they found a pick, but then they've just got the numbers advantage definitely in their favor. So they try and translate that pick into further objectives. Unlimited Potential being very smart, but also catching RNG, attempting to make a trade. And funnily enough, it looked like Whoosh was making a horrendously aggressive play for no particular reason. He almost got a kill 1v4. And he almost made that work so well for them in what was a very dire scenario.
Yeah, well, it didn't look like it was going to go well, but you got to try and take the positives where you can. 6,000 gold going to be the lead exactly here for UP. As the Baron's been pinged out by the squad. We'll see whether RNG are going to be able to get some vision there in time. Looks like Lemmy was able to get a cheeky ward on top of where the Scuttle Crab was. And Whoosh trying to catch up in fun.
Yeah, trying to catch up in farm in the Jace's lane. So now we're hitting a period of time where they've been sitting together, holding hands for an extended amount of time. They are catching up in farm, and they're not necessarily behind if you put the mid and AD together. In fact, they're actually very close. So not too bad all in all. Woosh starting to ramp up, getting some strength. You cannot compare that to the Tristana though. Completed static shiv. That's a big power spike.
Yeah, and the Blade of the Ruined King there as well. So lots of extra burst damage coming out of this Tristana. See whether Sketch can continue to make an impact as this game moves forward. It's been 4-1 and 4 for quite some time. MLXG going to lock down this Scuttle Crab. Xiaohu heading towards the bottom side of the map. So looking to once again continue split pushing out. MLXG just taking scuttles, getting stuff where he can. Shadow Dash onto Lung. But look, wet noodle fight.
Yeah, it's a big wet noodle fight. I mean, everything's slowed down a fair bit right now. They're all trying to get their eye in on an engage. It's becoming a lot more important that the engages are right. They've got the Evelyn who bides her time to find someone out of position. They've got the Jace to work around for the poke, and then Unlimited Potential's engage is not that strong as well. They need the engage from Long, and he's usually the one split pushing to deal with the Shen, but he's here now.
Yeah, Long coming through with the death charge there. There's the explosive cast, but it does mess up just a little bit. Nice knock up Shadow Dash onto Amy, but he's very tanky here as Monsoon. He is going to get RNG out. There's a brilliant knock up as RNG trying to get some damage down, but Whoosh takes half of his health from the poke out of UP. UP's engage didn't quite work out, but RNG's still taking so much damage from this squad.
One of the strengths of the Shen being able to stop a strong engage. They're going again.
Yeah, there's the dredge line onto Xiao, who just pops the W. Let me still trying to get some work done, but Blade of the Ruined King from Sketch locks down the kill with the explosive shot. They'll take the inner turret as well. And Sketch just does so much damage to these turrets.
Yeah, Sketch is doing a lot of damage. He's got Heart to back him up. You can tell by the attack speed, mid-game style of build that he's going for, that they do have a lot of faith in the hard Sketch combo as a duo bot lane. They're translating that mid-fight. They made a pick into Let Me. They're now trying to put damage onto the bottom turret. Not going to overcommit for it, though. They are smartly backing away. And you're right, Woosh took a lot of damage in that fight. Probably should not have taken as much damage as he did, considering they zoned Sketch away and he barely had an impact in that.
Yeah.
The Shen negated a lot of the initial damage, but they're still winning these fights Unlimited Potential because they're just putting down the damage onto relevant targets.
Yeah, they're just team fighting a whole lot more coordinated by the looks of things on the side of UP, and it's really paying off as we move forward in this game. Lichbane completed for Punish now, as well as that Zhonya's Hourglass. You can see now a Giant Spelt Ruby Crystal on top of the Frozen Heart right before it for Long, so he's got so much health. We're still trying to finish that static shiv after the BF Sword Pickaxe, which just picked up by Sketch.
Pretty far behind, that's for sure. 5-1 and 4 is Sketch right now compared to the 0-2 and 1 of Whoosh.
Yeah.
Has hardly had an impact in this game. If it's worth anything, they scale very well here, RNG, because they've got Whoosh. But the fact that he's not getting going at all, in fact, he is definitely behind, is a big hindrance to this team's relative strength. They've got a lot of time that they have to spend bridging Whoosh to become strong again. He's in a very big trough, and that's as a Vayne who generally doesn't have those.
Yeah, looking to try and, you know, stall it out to 70 minutes. Oh, 65. 65, sorry. Yeah. Probably should give him a little bit more credit. 9,000 gold, almost a lead here for UP. As there is still a lot of vision around the Baron Pit for RNG, so not too worried about what UP is doing around that area. Dragon going to be spawning in 10 seconds as UP just gather around there. And look, they've just got so much vision. They know exactly where RNG are, but they might have to trade.
They can't trade. Punish to get this turret. They'll probably continue to just go for this Baron and then... Yeah, wow.
Yeah, teleport in from Long, though. We'll see whether he's enough in order to stop this one from happening. They do peel away from the Baron, and Punish just heads towards this turret. Lichbane doing work on it. Let's see whether he can wait for the next minion wave. Of course, not going to be enough here as Amy's going to steal away some wolves. Punished unable to get an inhibitor, but he takes half of the health from the turret. Oh, wow. Whoosh actually getting caught out there as well as... There's the nice Whimsy shield. Wild Growth available as well. Hart trying to make his way in. Nice knock up on MLXG as Amy gets the body slam in there. There's the Stand United as Whoosh trying to get something, but Sketch just jumping way too deep. Let Me getting caught up by the dredge line as Lung comes in, and Sketch still very, very low. There's the flash, but doesn't quite get it onto Sketch after the Shadow Dash. And now UP just trying to find their way out. All in the meanwhile, though, yeah, Punished is just able to destroy inhibitor turrets. He's going to take down the inhibitor as well. MLXG's gone back, but this turret's dead.
It's dead. The inhibitor's gone. There's no way for them to answer. They're going to go straight for the Baron, though, because they know Twisted Fate's low and everyone else is recalling from Unlimited Potential. A very smart rotation and a nice play to get a response.
Yeah, they almost had to do it here as well as Hart. Not a whole lot of mana. Amy looking to try and find his way in.
Oh my god, he's still going.
The wall. Oh, there's the accelerated shock blast. Amy's not going to be able to grab the Baron. That goes to Zhao, who picks up a double kill of all things, and now Punished.
Home guards?
Yeah, just trying to get... guards? Yeah. See what happens here. Let me and Jahu running as fast as they possibly can. Let me shadow dashing just to try and close distance here. There's the acceleration gate. Oh, shock blast dodged there narrowly by Punished. Another shadow dash. And Jahu just slam dunk picks up the kill.
And just like that, the Baron goes down. They get some kills for their trouble with the Baron. They did lose an inhibitor though. Twisted Fate just sitting in that bottom lane split pushing. And that's why we want to have the Shen dealing with that, but he has to be there in fights.
Oh, Hart may be caught out here as well. There's the Agony's Embrace as Let Me locks down that one, and Zhao who picks up the kill.
They just keep catching people out. Hart had no reason to be near that turret. He was by himself, wasn't even placing vision, just standing still essentially. Looking around the map, I guess, completely caught.
This is double siege minions as well. Lots of damage onto this turret, especially with Punish still 5 seconds away. Hart, 17. They're going to take an inhibitor. And it seems like side lane inhibitors tend to be UP's thing. They tend to get one of those. And
like
mid lane inhibitor goes down when RNG are playing the game. So look, it's happened one more time.
Yeah.
And this time UP without the Ezreal.
Yeah, see, that could be a big factor. They don't have the Ezreal, but Twisted Fate pretty good at wave clearing, has a lot of global presence, so it's essentially like deja vu of the first game. We're just seeing it all happen again, just in reverse roles this time with the team swapping to blue and purple.
That being said, RNG, 3 dragons to none now as well.
Yeah, RNG have got themselves 3 dragons. This time around, though, they are still 6,000 gold down. The Tristana is massive, has an infinity edge done compared to the Vayne's QSS, with the other items being the same. So
yeah, Sketch has got a huge sword, and then Vayne's hanging out
with a sash.
Yeah, he's
wearing a headband.
Got a cool headband.
I am impactful, he's saying, as he gets crit for 700 damage from Sketch.
Yeah, it's like a Ninja Turtle, you know, but versus like Excalibur or something.
It's going to come down to mobility and if Whoosh can outplay people with the ultimate, the invisibility. But if Sketch hits anyone and doesn't jump in like we saw him so avidly do before and almost go down, you'd have to give a lot of the favor to this Unlimited Potential AD carry.
Oh yeah, well, Jahu now with the Guardian Angel completed. I believe he bought that outright as well after all of that went down.
He loves that Guardian Angel buy.
Yeah, he's actually been able to pick up a whole lot of these kills as well. You can see 5, 1, and 0, and 0 assists. So more than happy to help out.
The kills are on the important member of the team right now. They are still trying to bridge that Vayne into strength. So it does need to be on the Jace to ensure that they can continue to do so. And I mean, all 7 kills are on 2 members of this side at the moment. And we mentioned it earlier, you need the bridging. The Shen's also very important for that because he is that super tank. They need to have the front line and the taunt. If the taunt can hit in a fight, reduces the damage of the people that he connects it to, and he won't die anytime soon. So that front line is very big.
Well, Lemmy does have the Stand United. No teleport available. Long still waiting for his to come back up. Sketch takes a shock blast to the face. The super creep's difficult to push against, but no more Baron buff available for RNG.
No Baron. Unlimited Potential are going to work around. Oh, they're going.
Yeah, there's the Stand United on top of the rest of RNG. Here is Amy. He's getting taken down so incredibly low. Zhao, there's the Monsoon. Let Me right in amongst the backline. Not exactly what UP wanted as Punish. He's going to get knocked up. Let Me bounced out of the fight, but he was super low. More than happy to get out here as Zhao flashes forward on both of the carries. Is he going to be able to take down Punish? Misses the shock blast as the rest of the team's just falling down. He's still got the Guardian Angel. Zhao, such a beast. As MLXG looking to try and win the game.
That's got to be game right now. All members dead except Amy in 10 seconds, Hart in 12. They've got enough time to push this in. They've got shields everywhere and the tanky members are still standing. Nobody goes down from RNG in that fight. And they just completely turn the game. Guardian Angel's worth it if they can end.
Yeah, but
can they end?
Not sure whether they can here. Hart and Amy are back up again. They're
minions.
Still waiting for minions as Whoosh is going to get shielded up. And Eye of the Storm not going to be enough here just yet. Amy trying to have the valiant defense, but the last Nexus turret falls down. The Nexus, now 5 men strong of RNG, trying to get the damage down. Let me with the Shadow Dash over the Nexus, and they are going to lock it down here. And RNG tie up the series 1-for-1.
Exactly like their last series, another 1-1, and that was a chaotic game again. The work around the inhibitors though, the fact that this Jace went beyond massive, carrying the team through, raises questions as to what the Tristana can do to impact team fights. They just didn't have the impact. Twisted Fate not getting there in time. But this is the Shen, what I like to define as the counter to the Twisted Fate, and that you can just be there instantly with a shield, opposed to having to take time to get somewhere. And they just win convincing team fights from hard engaging, not letting Unlimited